Hello, friends. So I am so excited to be here today to talk to you about portals. So today is 11/11/2020, which is supposed to be one of the most powerful portals for the last 100 years. So portals are based on, first of all, a portal is a time when the veil between us as humans and the spiritual world of universal mind, of source, is thinner. So it's supposed to be easier for us to connect in. So portals are happening on dates with double numbers. So 11/11 is a portal date, just like 10/10 is a portal date, and 12/12 is a portal date, and 7/7 is a portal date. But because this is the year 2020, a double number, last year was 2019, that's not a double number. Next year is 2021, that's not a double number. There hasn't been a double number year since 1919. And there won't be another one until 2121. So that's why, as far as a lot of people are concerned, this year is so energy is right. But here's what I want you to know. There has been a spiritual war, and I'm not sure if I've talked about this on YouTube before, but there's been a spiritual war going on for thousands of years. And humans have been part of it, but we have been the pawns. And um, there are the powers that be that rule over us, that are behind the shadows that we don't see, that are operating in the spiritual world to control us, to make us think that we are powerless so that they can control us easier. So this is all going on behind what most of us can see. And as you progress in your awakening, you'll see it more and more and more, but you have to be willing to see it. You have to be willing to ask for it. So anyway, there are so many things out there that have to do with spirituality, or connecting into your truth, that have been tainted, that have been hijacked by these malevolent forces, by these forces that don't want what is for the highest good of humanity to unfold. And we, because we are beings of light, we see the best in everyone, at least before they show us something different. Some of us, since we were very young, we haven't done that anymore. But in general, we want to believe others are good because we know deep inside that we are good. And we want to see that in others. So if somebody teaches us something new and we've never heard anything else about that, we're just going to let it in. Our filter is going to say, sure, come on in. I believe that. I didn't know that. That's so interesting, right? But if you've already been taught something about something, and somebody tries to teach you something new, your filter is going to say, no, I'm slammed shut. I already learned about this and you are wrong, Buster. So a lot of the spiritual stuff we weren't taught as children, for most of us. In some cases, you had a parent that was into it and you were, but for most of us, we hadn't been taught that as kids, and we're trying to reconnect with it as adults. And so our filter is wide open. And so it's easy for people to place red herrings, things that aren't true, out there, and for us to say, oh yeah, okay, that's true, I'm going to start doing that, great. And then it doesn't bring you your truth, and it feels lousy, and it's unfortunate. But anyway, okay, so the point is, we're creators. If we believe something will do something for us, we can create that happening. But we need to ask ourselves, is this my truth, or is this separating me from my truth? And I'm going to give you a great example here. It's numbers. I like to play with numbers, but I understand it's playing. So I am source, the universe is who you really are. That's your truth. And it is going to come through to you in any way that you expect it to, because it wants you to wake up. It wants you to know, so it will come through to you. So numbers is, there's lucky numbers, or there's, each number has a, like angel numbers, they each have a, not a fortune, but like have a meaning. That's it, a meaning attached to them. And so if you keep seeing the same number over and over again, you can go type in angel number and that number and look up and see what the meaning is. And then you can say, oh, okay, well, the angels or my guides or source or whoever is trying to communicate with me that that is the meaning right now that I need to pay attention to in my life. But the truth is, looking for those numbers is separating you from your truth. Because if you're asking source to communicate with you through numbers, that's how it's going to communicate through you. But it makes you think that you're looking for something outside of you, that the truth isn't coming from within. It's coming from angels or something else that are going to then put it in your area and you're going to pick it up. And so if you decide instead, source is going to communicate through you, then that's how you're going to start receiving it. So the portal is the same thing. The portal is an idea that has been put out by nefarious characters to make us think that most of the time the veil between us and source is very thin. This is not true. I want you to understand that. The veil between us and source is imaginary. It only exists in our human mind. It's not real. It is not your truth. And you don't need a special day or a special year to connect into your truth. There are a million things out there, including in the world of spirituality, to hijack you and take you away from knowing your truth, that you're powerful, that you're source, and that you are here for a reason. And it's not to survive and try to stay alive as long as you can. It's to thrive, and you actually have a purpose here. So with the portals, I wanted to invite you tonight. I'm going to do a live energy transmission on YouTube, if I can figure out how to do YouTube live. So cross your fingers for me. I'm going to figure it out, though. And I think it's probably going to be about 6 p.m. Central, which would be 7 p.m. Eastern and 4 p.m. Pacific. So that is if my children go to bed on time. So if not, I might be a little bit later, but I'm going to try to be there at 6 Central. Because it's not true that the portals actually make you able to connect in stronger. There's a lot of the collective universal mind consciousness that believes it's true. So we're going to piggyback on that knowing a little bit to feel into the energy, but it's not necessary. It's absolutely not necessary. So I just wanted you to understand that if you're curious about portals, it's okay to look into it. It's safe. There's nothing wrong with it, but understand it's part of the game. Life is a game. Us being here, it's not serious business. Us being on Earth and our human form, it's not serious, okay? It is a game, and it's okay to play. I play with crystals. I play with all kinds of stuff with oracle cards, but I understand when I'm doing it that I am playing a game and it is not my truth and I don't need it. So I want you to understand, oh, there's a lot of energy coming through right now while I say this. Whoa. I want you to understand it is not your truth. You don't need it, but it's safe to play and it is safe to have fun. This life is here to be experienced. It's here to be fun. So if you want to talk about portal dates and wear a portal date costume and throw a portal date parade. That is amazing, and I salute you. I am going to have fun on this portal date because I'm here to have a blast in this life, and I'm not going to take it too seriously. But I understand that it was created to separate me from my truth. I'm not going to let it, though, and I don't want you to either. All my love.